Hey party people, PandaBrady here, and welcome to RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 3, R&D. We start with Gira trying to memorize a speech he's going to give. Looks like many are here for the speech. He reveals that Adam Taurus plans on taking over the White Fang and attacking Haven Academy to destroy the CC Tower. I have to say, this looks much more crowded than before. Plenty of diversity in the characters as well, too. I really like that. It's a needed change. I also like the speech, but that's probably because it was supposedly inspired by some of the speeches of former U.S. President Barack Obama. Anyway, Gira suggests that all the faunus here march to Haven and protect it from the impending attack by Adam Taurus and the White Fang. Ilya shows up and tries to sway the crowd to fight for the White Fang instead. Sun attacks Ilya, but she runs off. We then jump back to Ranger, who are still taking in the fact that Ozpin is inside of Oscar. This is where the ships start getting ridiculous. Ruby and Oscar are fine, but, Ozpin's in there too, and that's kind of creepy, and the fandom just likes to do really weird stuff with that. But I digress. Though, actually, I suppose Ruby does need a love interest besides Jean, since the creators want him and Weiss to eventually hook up. Still don't see that happening, but, whatever. Oscar lets Ozpin take over for a little bit, and he explains that he's been around for thousands of years and keeps coming back by having his soul merge with other people after he dies that think like him. Well, he says like-minded individuals, but it's kind of like the Maiden powers, but for guys, which, it's kind of revealed that I'm not sure if it's now or later, or maybe they've already revealed this, but basically he's the wizard from the story that gives the maidens their powers, so I suppose that might be one reason that happened. Anyways, apparently the gods who left Remnant and don't care about the planet anymore cursed Oz for not defeating Salem a long time ago. Retcons! I hate retcons. But that's for a different time. It ruins the cohesiveness of the story. Next, we jump back over to Weiss, who's in a cage, and we get to be introduced to Vernal, who's an interesting character. She explains that they plan to ransom Weiss back to her father. Weiss tries to trick Vernal into thinking that Winter will come looking for her, but it's revealed that Winter is stuck in Atlas because Ironwood pulled everybody back and closed the borders. Back to Ranger, and Ozpin explains that he is suspicious of Lionheart. They need fighters, and Crow says he'll look for some because he knows some in the area. And then Ozpin, in the meantime, will train Ranger as well as Oscar so that they can fight Cinder and company. Back at Raven's bandit camp, we see that Weiss is trying to escape by using her summoning semblance. That's the end of the episode. There really wasn't a lot to this. So let's talk. The episode is, of course, a little choppy, now that they're deciding to hop between 3 different storylines very quickly. It just seems really rushed and feels like it would have been better if they had done both parts of the Ranger story in one go and then both parts of Weiss. You can do a little time shift without having to jump to another perspective and then back. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it just feels short and abrupt and takes you out of the story. As far as lore goes, it seemed like they fixed the whole Menageries crowded thing, but it's a press meeting. Of course it's crowded. Then we have the retcon towards the gods. Originally, Dark Brother and Light Brother hated each other. Light made something, Dark tore it down. Light made something, Dark tore it down. Light said, "Hey Dark, you want to make something with me?" After Dark had made the Grimm. And then Light and Dark made humans, and then they just leave Remnant. That was it. Now they're saying, nah, they stuck around for a few thousand years before they left. It's really irritating, especially since they were like, oh, religion's not a big factor in Remnant. And then when the maidens get introduced, they say they're protecting religion. What kind of bull is this? Anyways, let's talk about the acting. The acting is good. Oscar gives a decent Ozpin impression, especially the inflections that, why can't I think of his name? The actor for Ozpin. Wow. Anyway, he gives a good Ozpin impression. I'm just going to refer to the actors as their characters. That way I don't mess up like I just did. But the star voices of the episode are Vernal, Ilya, and Gira. You can feel it. They are giving their all for this. Which, I mean, I know that sounds like the other actors aren't trying, but that's not what I mean at all. There's a difference. There's a noticeable difference in their acting. Let's put it that way. Rin is still the quiet guy. Ruby is honestly the best of the RT actors, which is saying something. I hate to put it that way. Weiss is trying. You can feel her trying, but she's not quite there yet. Nora is Nora, etc., 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 as for all the other characters. This episode's a bit of a letdown, with really the only good part and only impactful part being Gira's speech at the beginning, and this part.
This is perfect! We were stuck at a dead end, but now we can just take little cute boy Ozpin to Lionheart and have him set things straight.
Please don't call me that.
For some laughs. What can I say? I love Nora. Anyways, but this has been Recap and Discussion for Volume 5, Episode 3 of RWBY. Remember to like and share if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become part of the Panda Party, because there ain't no party like a Panda Party, because the Panda Party don't stop. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.